Hey everybody, I am coming making this video message, and I just want to discuss with you all my one-on-ones. And I've discussed this here and there in some live videos, and I may have mentioned it in a few of my other video messages. But this time I'm going to go into a little bit more detail because I don't think a lot of you all have the 100% clarity on how I run my one-on-one services. And a few of you have become very disrespectful, rude, and ignorant behind the scenes, and even manipulative behind the scenes, when in reality, I am not sending for you. I don't even know you all exist until you email me. And so I'm going to break some things down because I've been real tight-lipped about this and I've been quiet. But an incident that I had a couple of days ago with the young lady that came through my email, I'm going to address this and I'm not going to apologize for it. Let me make you all understand something. I have a life. And I have different things going on in my personal private life. So if you hear me when I tell you this, you all have to listen. If you make a personal decision to email me and schedule a one-on-one, whether you want a Zoom one-on-one or whether you want a personal phone call from me, you have to understand that I am taking time out of my day and putting other people to the side to talk to you. It doesn't matter what the conversation is about. It could be about anything. You can want my insight on something. You can just want prayer. You can just want to vent. Whatever the situation is, you have to keep in mind that you are contacting me. I am not sending for you. I don't even know you exist until you email me. And I say this humbly and with love. But you all have to be fair. You have to be fair, and you have to put yourself in my shoes. Because see, people have these strong opinions and they become manipulative and they become smart alecky when they are not in your position. They are not in your seat. So they will have a lot to say when they're not doing what you're doing. A young lady came to me a couple of days ago and I didn't really trust it off the top because I noticed when this young lady emailed me, she CC'd another email address with another name. I didn't say anything about it, but according to her, she did that because she responds quicker to her second email. It was still kind of fishy to me, but I let it ride. So I said, okay, if you want me to call you personally, then send me your phone number. She sent the phone number. I scheduled everything. I told her what my rules were. I told her what the regulations were. I told her to let me know if she had any questions or concerns. But I told her once she picked the date and the time that she wanted the one-on-one, I was going to lock it in, and that's it. And so I tell people it's consistent, okay? And if any one of you who is viewing this have already had a one-on-one with me, I want you to come into the comment section and I want you to verify and confirm for other people that I'm telling the truth. Anyway, I let her know, just like I know, anybody else know that in the event you cannot make it to the one-on-one, you don't wait till the last minute. You email me ahead of time, and so you tell me, you can't make it or something came up, and you can reschedule if that's what you want to do. So anyway, I locked in this young lady. I told her the time that I was going to call her. Everything was done. Maybe 20-30 minutes before I was supposed to call her, she comes back and says, well, do you mind doing the Zoom? Because if you want to do the Zoom, we could do the Zoom, but if you're going to call, that's okay. Now, I'm in my head thinking to myself, like, okay, but we already confirmed the phone call. You know what I'm saying? We confirmed the phone call. It's a little ways away for me to call her. And so she wants to do the Zoom. And so she told me the reason why she was requesting the Zoom is because she wanted to be discerning. She likes to see who she's talking to. Here's the deal. Now, this is just my way of thinking. before you email me, before this girl emailed me, she should have been discerning. I'd like to think way before she emailed me, she saw some of my video messages. She saw some of my lives, so she already was being discerning, which is what led her to email me to request the one-on-one. That's my way of thinking. Why is it that you're not discerning? You don't sense anything about me. You don't see anything about me. But the day I tell you my rules, the day I tell you how everything is set up and how it's going to go, and you agree to it, I guess she sat around and she thought about it. Maybe she didn't want to follow the certain rules that I put in place. Okay, even as far as a payment went. Okay, because I've had a few people play this little game where in the end they start bringing up other issues that really don't exist, and they want to switch up stuff. They want to try to come and tell me how they want it to go, but again, they're requesting my services. I'm not sending for them. They're coming to me. Okay, so she says, well, I like to be discerning and we don't know each other, and so I want to see you face to face. So I'm like, okay, so I'm listening, well, I'm reading. Then she goes further and say, well, if it's flowing from the Zoom, then we can switch over from the Zoom to the phone call. So she said, if we're vibing and if it's flowing, we can go from the Zoom to the phone call. When she said that, that threw me off. Because in my mind, I'm sitting back like, if we're flowing and if we're vibing, and then after I've already set up the schedule and I've already set up the appointment and I'm a little ways away from actually personally calling you, you coming back to me now, switching stuff up, saying how you want to do something else. And so I just asked her in the email. I didn't say I wasn't going to do Zoom. I just asked her, I said, vibing? I said, you want to see how we're going to be vibing? I said, what do you mean? I didn't know what she meant. I really didn't know how she, or what she was trying to insinuate. That's why I asked the question. Never said that I wasn't going to go ahead and do the Zoom. But I wanted to be clear because there are all types of people who come down the pipeline. You all would not believe the type of people who come to me and the type of emails that I get. So if I make a personal choice to screen my emails, or you're saying something to me that sounds weird or it sounds off, I'm going to question you about it. I'm not going to say I'm sorry about it. I'm not going to go back and forth about it. I'm not going to debate with you about it. But I guess she got offended off the fact that I said, well, what do you mean when you say vibing? She goes into a dissertation telling me, oh, well, I work in corporate America, and me and my colleagues, we make a decision and we agree that when we're talking to somebody, we want to see them face to face on Zoom. But I guess what you go through in social media, it leads to a lot of paranoia. She starts going into all this extra stuff. So basically what this girl was doing is that you trying to use against me something that I talk about on my platform. So if I'm talking about social media, because a lot of people, and I guess she was one of them, they get butt hurt when I address certain things or I talk about how toxic social media is. And so she probably saw some video messages, or she probably saw a post, and she wants to take something out, and then you are including it and you're connecting it to an email for a one-on-one session that you're scheduling with me. Yeah, no, not doing that. And so I told her, she said, well, I'm just going to cancel for the day. Sweetheart, if you didn't want to do it, or if you didn't want to pay, you could have just said that. So my thing is, I'm letting you all know, I'm not going to say I'm sorry to you all for how I have my one-on-one set up. You need to be very clear on what you want from jump and in the beginning. In the beginning, if you make a decision to come to me for a one-on-one, be clear on if you want a Zoom. Be clear with that. Be clear on if you want a personal phone call. 90% of the people who come to me to request a one-on-one, they want a personal phone call. Okay? And I'm going to tell you all off the top, if you choose Zoom, Zoom is only going to be 40 minutes. Period. And after 40 minutes, it's going to cut off. Versus if I call you personally, it can go for 1, 2, 3 hours. Okay? I'm just being straight up and 100% honest about that. And so, like I said, I wasn't even going to do this video message, but I just had to put this out here because I've told you all time and time again, I'm not about to put my personal plans and my day and my life, however it looks or however it's set up, to come and give you a service just for the hell of it. I'm not gonna do it. And a lot of you all are real ignorant and you're very disrespectful, and you feel like, I guess, certain people that you go to, you're entitled to get their time. You're entitled to just request them to talk to you or sit on a Zoom with you for whatever it is you want to talk about, and they just supposed to do it just because. Or I guess a lot of you all feel like you're just special and you don't have to pay and you don't have to do anything. And guess what? My payments are not even over the top. I'm just telling you all that. I really, honestly, respectfully, I don't care how anybody feels about that. You will respect my personal time, because what I do, I've been doing it for a long time. And so if you want to be discerning, if you feel like it's something evil going on, or you don't trust anything and you want to demonize and spiritualize everything, or you're trying to find out something more, or you feel uneasy, then you don't need to email me. It's not going to take you to go to a Zoom to figure out who you partially think that I am, because you should have knew that even before you emailed me. So you mean to tell me that some people, God is not talking to you, he's not revealing anything to you, he's completely silent, and you're looking at a slew of my video messages? You're in my comment section. You're not discerning anything. You're not feeling anything. You're not sensing anything. So it 100% takes you to have an actual Zoom, and then your discernment kicks in. Then you automatically just become discerning, and then you want to go into your position in corporate America, or you want to talk about how you could go to your mom, and you could go to your man, and you could go to your friends, and you could go to certain people in the church, and you can vent to them, and you could talk to them. Why are you telling me any of this? Honestly, I could care less who you go to, because again, you're coming to me. You are requesting me and my services. Period. I'm not checking for you. I'm not sending for you. And I say this in love. You all have to learn how to respect people's time, because there are very serious, even life-threatening situations that some of these people have who come to me, and they want prayer. They want to vent. People are crying real tears. And that's why I said, any one of you who have already had my one-on-one experience, please come in the comment section. Please come in the comment section and tell your personal experience, because I don't tell one person one thing and then when somebody else comes, I tell them something different. Okay? I pride myself on that. I am consistent with what I tell people, but I am not giving my personal time, okay, and my energy to anybody who is requesting me for free. If you want to know how the payment arrangement goes for a service that you are requesting for me, I do it behind the scenes in the email. You make the decision if you want to go forward with it or not. There's no pressure from me. I'm not forcing you to do anything. If you change your mind in the middle of the stream and you want to cancel, all I ask is that you do it ahead of time. You don't do it 20, 30, 45 minutes later, or 5 or 10 minutes before I'm supposed to call you or hop on the Zoom, and then you come in with all these other extra things to justify why you want to cancel. We're from jump, because I told you, oh, okay, it's a payment and it's set up a certain type of way, then you want to try to weasel your way out of it instead of just saying, well, I don't agree. I don't want to pay anything. You can say what you want about me. You can think what you want about me. Because a lot of you all feel like, well, this is not my therapist. This is not my psychiatrist. This person doesn't have this or that. I don't care what you think. Again, you're requesting me. So if you have all of these reservations about me or who you think I am, or you feel uncomfortable in any type of way, or you're not, you want to be discerning, you should be discerning and know all of this way before. Okay? So again, if you want a one-on-one, I just ask you all to be clear and be serious about it. Please don't email me and waste my time, because I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to go back and forth with you. And actually, a couple of the people who's come to me with these funky, nasty attitudes, after they say what they say in the email, typically I block them and I'm done. And I'll go on YouTube and I block them too. I don't play games with people like that. You're not going to drain me. You're not going to steal and drain my time just because you feel like you can. Just because I'm nice and I'm respectful and I'm considerate. Time out. I have to put my foot down with people, because like I said, a couple of people have slid through the cracks, and I've had sessions with them for 2 and 3 hours, and they gave nothing. They gave nothing, and I was drained. I respected them. I prayed with them. I listened to them. And I wasted so much time in other people who had serious situations going on. I couldn't even get to them because I took all that time with that one person. I'm not doing it anymore. Again, I say these things in love, and I say it respectfully. That's the video message, and I look forward to those of you who are serious about wanting a one-on-one. All thanks be to God. This is only by the grace of God that I am able to do this, and I do it unapologetically. I'm not going to debate with anybody about it, and like I said, for probably the 5th or 6th time, I'm not going to apologize for it. You do you. You do what worked for you in your life, and I'm going to do me under the umbrella of God. Because you better believe whatever I got going on, I'm taking it to God in prayer. I'm praying about it. And I truly believe when some people come down the pipeline and they make all these excuses and come up with all these reasons as to why they want to cancel, and they trying to ask me all these questions, and they're trying to create drama, or they're trying to create a head bumping with me, I just really believe everything happens for a reason. Because you better believe before my one-on-ones, I'm prayed up. I pray way before that. When you make it known this what you want, oh, I'm going to pray. And so those who are not supposed to have a conversation with me, for whatever the reason is for, God's going to put a sword in it. You better believe that. And I stand on that. And I say that boldly. So it's time for me to go, because I have some other things to do. The Lord willing, I will be back with another video message. If any one of you have been offended by anything I spoke about in this video message, it's okay. It's all right. I'm not worried about it. I am not concerned, because I know you will forgive me in the morning.